man, God damn it. Welcome to the scene. Welcome to Views from the 22 with myself, Muhammad Youssef, Germ So True, the Prophet. We are here, baby. Let's go home. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. I'm going to go ahead and move this thing around, man. It's a hurry-up offense. So I'm going to go ahead and let Mo introduce himself to you. How you feeling, fam?
Feeling fantastic. Going to change the screen name real quick, and I'm going to share the links. It's Sunday. It's Views and Views. It's week 6. We got life. We got health. We got our families. Let's keep it rolling, baby. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Let me see if the Prophet's ready to pull up for the camera. He might be in prayer.
I'm on my way.
He on his way. So we're going to let him finish praying, and we're going to finish slaying. So, go ahead, talk your shit.
Listen, I think some of the things we're going to talk about today, it's really important to keep in mind. Like, one, it's a long season.
Yes.
2, there's a process to this. And 3, I think we are in a place in the NFL, which we'll discuss, where the quarterback position is not so crowded at the top. Like, I think you have, in my humble opinion, 2 quarterbacks, one of them is not even playing, that are just above the rest. And the rest of the guys, and we said this in the preseason, the rest of the guys, there's not too much of a gap. Like, okay, you have Burrow and Mahomes and me that are 1 and 2 set in stone. And then the rest of them, there's not a huge gap. Like, you could talk about the MVPs and the flair and all this. And I'm not taking away anything from the talent of Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. But when you start bringing up the rest of the guys and where the league is and how the game is being played, not too much of a gap between all these quarterbacks. And so I think that's why you're seeing such true parity right now that we haven't really seen. Like, through the last 20 years or so, even though there was parity, you look at the top and it was like, okay, well, there's Green Bay, there's the Saints, there's the Patriots, there's the Colts. Not the case anymore. And I love that. I'm here for it.
Right. And it always goes back to a situation where the system got to reset itself, right? These guys can't play forever. So what happens is you usher in a new wave. And when you usher in a new wave, that means the other wave has to come to surface. So right now, we're right slap in the middle of one wave coming to surface while another wave is being entered in. The one thing that I can say about this new wave coming in is that the setup for them is not really assisting them to be their best. Now, a lot of accountability goes to them as well. It's up to you to get in that film room. It's up to you to throw those reps. It's up to you to put those hours in. The work will eventually show. But having a preseason for 3 games where they only play 1 game,
not
even playing the whole game, they're playing 2 quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
No, it's true.
How am I supposed to build relationships and continuity with my people? Even if I've been working with them all summer, doing, OTAs all summer and building a relationship and hanging with their family at barbecues, even with that, if I only get 1 game, which is only about 2 quarters in the fall with my guy getting reps, it's just going to take time. Think about this. And I don't want to compare this to it because I don't want it to go too far right, but let's just go ahead and say it. You know how many people, if they shoot a gun and try to hit something 20 yards away, will miss, no matter how big the target is?
No. Probably 89% of the population.
A stationary target, no matter how big it is, they can't hit it 20 yards away. And it could be like a car. That's how difficult it is to shoot a gun. So I want you to imagine throwing a football at a human, moving, having to anticipate where he's going to be, height, his speed, including where the defense is, because sometimes now the location has to change if somebody is in the throwing window that you would like to throw it to, and have to do that over and over and over at a precision and a high clip. That takes time.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
And I ain't gonna say nobody's teaching it, but once you in the heat of battle and you got a 6'4", 250-pound monster breathing down your neck, and you got 2 or 3 seconds to throw it in traffic, it's just going to take some time. So, and it's a good segue to the game that's going on right now with the Broncos and the Jets. I'm rooting for Justin Fields, but it's just going to take time for that game to slow down for him. I've seen guys open, but it's like while they open, it's that guy breathing down. He's going to have to just get to the point of comfortability. For some people, they could come in right away. Some people, it may take them 9 years. And they may get an opportunity to get the 9 years to do it. Some people can hide that they can't do it because they're so athletically gifted that they put a Band-Aid over it by taking off all the time, or by buying time and making an easier read because they're buying time, which has been the Band-Aid that the new wave has had.
Yes.
So the germ on that one, I'm going to let him pick up right where I just said.
So, good morning.
Morning. Prophet.
Everybody, I hope everybody's feeling good today. You have the Prophet, Mr. Germ So True, this morning here. We're a little scraggly in the beard, but a lot of things have been weighing heavy on me. So the first thing is a great segue to bring me in here, because the new wave has been blessed with something that the old wave didn't have, and that's athleticism. And athleticism has in somewhat ways watered down what we do with the actual purity of the position, because it's the position that requires the least amount of athletic ability, but more mental capability. So it's not about how fast you run. It's about how fast you process data. It's not about how fast you can get in and out of your 3-step drop. It's about, is your 3-step drop precise? And when you are getting ready to throw the ball, can you set your feet, get your feet for your toe pointed in the right direction, and deliver the ball in the proper motion?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a more robotic thing than it is an athletic thing. And that's the thing that I think people don't understand the most about it. Even that for let's bring it to baseball. Pitchers, most robotic thing that you're going to ever do is the same motion. The only difference is the way you grip the ball.
Yeah.
Basketball, shooters. The only difference is where you release the ball, how you release the ball. It's still the same shot. Some people are fingertips people, and some people, MJ will tell you, because he has done this for a very extensive period of time, where people will release the ball from the palm of their hand sometimes and not release it from there. And that's where you get them little push shots that Trav like to talk about. So I will tell you, everything is for the scoring, for the throwing, for the precision of the game to be better. It has to go back to the fundamentals.
Yes.
The fundamentals of the game are the most important part. Chef makes this little funny statement that we always laugh about, but they call it football because your feet are the most important part. Well, I hate to say it,
football then.
A lot of people's feet aren't right. The feet aren't right, and that's not just the quarterbacks. I mean, everything about this game is about foot placement, hip placement, ball placement. It's some type of placement. So I need people to understand, moving forward, the ball placement of some of these quarterbacks could be better, because ball placement also protects the people that you're throwing to.
Yes.
And sometimes it's protecting them from being detrimental to themselves.
Absolutely.
And I think you guys are making great points. The only thing I'll add, just to add to certain things, the feet is your sort of your scope. Like that's gonna give you where you're aiming. And as MJ said, the moving target thing, somebody brought this up about golf. Like, guys will play the same course 4 days in a row, but the hole is going to be in different spots each day. And B, you're not going to hit the same shot twice.
No.
And so with basketball, at least you have a stationary target, even though there's 1,000 moving pieces. What makes quarterbacking so hard is each play you have a different target, because the routes are different, the defensive scheme is different, the situation is different, the leverage of the cornerback is different. So it's not something that you can just perfect by throwing 1,000 times a day. You know, where like you got to work on your fundamentals. You got to work on your feet, and you got to work on getting everything in sync with each other. And that's what makes the position ultimately the hardest position in team sports, in my opinion.
Yes,
and of course, you know, it would take me to bring a song into this. But there's a song and it says, "I live life like it's my last day of school."
Huh.
Well, what does that mean? Well, you got to take every snap like it's your last snap that you're going to ever take.
Agreed.
And I say that because it's easy to come back and come in for your scripted plays, be dead on, set your feet, get the ball out, great accuracy, great timing. But it's about sustaining that for 60 minutes.
Yep.
And we're about to say something. Man, listen.
Go ahead, talk, man. Talk your talk.
We need to be, we got to be honest. I got to come a little closer. So look, y'all know how when y'all get up in the morning, how y'all do your morning routines, and how sometimes y'all don't always do the same morning routine because you don't feel like it, because you're lazy. This is the same thing for an athlete too. Sometimes when you see the athlete throw an interception, it's because they were being lazy in that moment and they probably didn't take the snap serious, or B, they probably just was like, hey, you know. So I just want y'all to remember that there are people too. So the lazy snaps that we see every week, which from all of these quarterbacks, we see them a lot. We see them because, again, they're human. And this is the imperfection of the game, that we also have to find ways to just minimize mistakes.
There you go. And I think that, you know, just all of the sports overall as a whole, we have just put so much into raw athletic ability or just raw talent that we have taken away the IQ portion, the situational portion. And that's in every sport. If you look at baseball, all I'm seeing is 6'7" dudes, 6'8" dudes throwing 98, 99 plus and just having one counter pitch.
Dude.
And every person that's at bat, they're swinging at the first pitch, anticipating the fastball. Like, you're starting to see in every sport, you know, there's this concept or ideology that came to the sport. It was successful, so everybody's doing it, so everybody kind of looked the same. So now it just kind of comes back to who's the best at that, as opposed to when we used to play sports, you'd be like, okay, I'm not better at Dan Marino at throwing the ball, but guess what? I'm better at him at managing the game and making the throw on third down when need be to keep him off the field.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to look at it from that standpoint. If we just look at it as, okay, the best, most talented, most athletic player win in any sport, that would be boring. I'm going to prove it to you. How many times y'all watch the U.S. Open when Serena Williams was winning for the last 20 years? I'll wait.
Handful. Most.
All that winning she's been doing for 20 years, you probably can count on two hands how many times you actually sat down and watched the whole match, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Because you knew what was going to happen at the end of the story.
Yeah.
Why are we trying to make a sport like this? What makes sports is the unpredictability. And speaking of unpredictability, it's getting a little chilly out here. I have to actually cut my heat on today. But I'm going to tell you what's getting hot. These coaches' seats.
Oh, yes.
These coaches' seats, yo, they sitting on Bunsen burners right now. So
yes.
So it's only right that I lob the question up to Germ, to Mo. Talk to us about some of these coaches' seats that are getting hot. Explain the why behind it. Is it in their control? Besides stuff that happened, like the fluky injuries or whatever that we can't do anything about. But talk to us. Open field. I'm not going to even, whoever's open, speak.
Say that again?
Slow.
They slow.
That's the problem, everybody. These coaches, they slow. They slow as hell.
What type of slaw? Are they the like JJ Fish slaw? Are they the slaw with raisins? Or are they the KFC slaw? Because KFC slaw is deal withable.
They the slaw that ain't even no good. They the slaw that ain't got no taste.
Slaw with no taste just sounds
oh my God. Listen.
Torture. That just sounds like torture.
So to me, I highlighted.
We can't just scoop past that. Slaw with no taste.
Yeah, what's slaw with no taste?
Exactly. Like, what's the what?
I just caught it. What's slaw with no taste?
Slaw with no taste is that stuff when they try to make it and say it's organic. And say, oh, I'm about to make my own coleslaw. No,
Okay.
Don't do that.
I see.
Don't do that. Slow down, Savannah. You're only 16. I just want everybody to stop right now with the the coaching pool right now is a bunch of coaches that come from coaching trees or from around some guys who are known, who got a phone call or two that said, let's try this guy out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very much lineage or much of things like that when it comes down to who these guys are. I'm not saying that they can't coach. I'm saying the NFL might be a bit much. And that's where we have to go with this, because now we're taking college coaches now, we're bringing them to the NFL, and we're saying that these guys are ready for the grind of a 19-week season, and most of the time they're not. The thing about this is this. We say it every week here: X's and Joe's over X's and O's.
Yes.
Because the personnel is what should dictate the scheme, not the scheme dictate the personnel. And that's something that we are really losing in this art of a lot of different things. But I will pose this interesting thing to you. Bill Walsh wasn't a genius when he did the West Coast offense. He wasn't a genius. He did a system that was predicated on things that he wanted to do that he felt would take advantage of the defense. He just happened to have some great football players on his team that could execute that situation. Why did I bring up Bill Walsh? Why did I give him homage and then throw shade at the same time? Because I want you to understand he did the same thing that you guys are trying to do, but the difference is in today's NFL, it is way more important that we stop trying to fit square pegs into round holes and we start to match up the shapes the right way. So if you have an athletic guy, speed is a given thing that you need on offense, right? Can we agree?
Yes.
If you do not have speed, you will not be able to stretch the field vertically or horizontally. It's just not what it is. And the more you do not have speed, the more I can constrict my zone and make your every window for you to throw the ball tighter. Now, with that being said, that's just one aspect of things that some of these teams are missing. And speed is very, very important in that regard. But what if I told you that it's even more important, besides you having speed, for you to be able to have your linemen consistently moving forward and moving people out the way? What if I told you that body positioning of your offensive linemen, let them understand it, leverage, how to get this guy this moving in this direction so that you can move him in that direction easier, considering what? The goal is never to make the game harder than it needs to be.
Never.
The goal is to make the game simple. So let's make the game simple. We're not doing that. We're coming up with these crazy blocking schemes that the guard has to pull over here to get this guy because it looks good and it looks all sexy. Well, really, we probably should have just had the guy in front of him block. The whole point of the trap play, the whole point of the trap play was to get a guy moving in another direction, and then to subconsciously hit a guy from the side, pause, and drive him out of the actual hole, pause. So when we say that was what the goal of the trap play was, it was only there for the art of an illusion that you got a free shot at the quarterback. When is the only other time that you get an illusion of a free shot at the quarterback? It's the screen pass.
Yep.
Those are the things, and those are the illusions that we like in the game that make sense. The rest of this stuff starts to become too much, and then you wonder why everybody can't run the same stuff or why it's hard to get these guys to do this. These guys are 350 pounds.
Yeah.
Especially the guards, the centers. Those are the guys that you lean on the most in your running game in the middle part, because that is the meat of your offensive line.
Right.
Go ahead, Mo.
Couldn't get myself off mute. Forgive me. So, the guys I'm about to mention, Germ, all lack some of the basic principles that you just highlighted. And one of the most basic principles of any leader, any coach, is being a leader of men. But to me, I think at the end of the season, there's going to be potentially 10 coaching jobs available. I think there'll be 7 minimum, but I think there will be 10 potential coaching jobs. And I'm going to give you a quick fire on all of them real quick. The Arizona Cardinals with Jonathan Gannon. First of all, you cannot commit assault on a player on the sidelines. You just can't do it. Like, there's hard coaching, and then there's crossing that line. And MJ can tell you all about that. That's crossing the line. That wasn't hard coaching. You wasn't hitting him on the pads and tapping his chest. You wasn't doing that. You cocked your arm back and punched him. They fined him $100,000. Personally, I'd fired him because that's assault. You let the anger get the best of you on national television. As a leader, you cannot do that. No. Simple as that. It's the old Jay-Z quote. You shoot me, you famous. I shoot you, I'm brainless. Yeah. And then when you're a leader of men, you have to adopt that mentality. The Miami Dolphins and Mike McDaniel. Hey, Mike, listen, man, go get some more shrooms and go somewhere where you can just draw up some plays in the meeting rooms, all right? You calling plays, you leading men is not your forte. Sorry to tell you. Lay down on the mat. Go somewhere else. Shout out to Matt Forte. Carolina Panthers. I will keep saying this, okay? Bryce Young is not trash. No. Bryce Young just got trauma. And that as long as that head coach is there, I think there needs to be a new coach, a new voice, a new everything. And because I would rather invest, no offense to Dave Canales, I would rather invest in Bryce Young for the next 5 years than this current regime that I'm seeing, what has just been a model of inconsistency in Carolina. Tennessee, quite simply, same thing. I don't think he can develop this quarterback. And it seems like every week he's not aware of certain rules, certain processes. You can't be a head coach. Bill Belichick knew every little rule in that playbook, as does Andy Reid, as does John Harbaugh, as does Mike Tomlin. Can't do it. Cleveland Browns. Yeah. No offense to Kevin Stefanski. Yeah. We've given him a long leash because of the Deshaun Watson thing. It's time to go. Speaking of long leashes, Zach Taylor, you can no longer keep riding the coattail of Joe Burrow. Same with that front office. Gotta go. New York Jets, I'm sorry, Aaron Glenn. I'm sorry, dude, but it cannot look this bad. It can't look this bad. It can't look this. You can't seem this disconnected. You can't have this many penalties. Just something ain't right over there. Now, I'm going to give you 4 other ones real quick. Yeah. The New York Giants. I think Brian Daboll has actually cooled that hot seat. And if they can win more than 6 games, he's going to earn himself another year. Straight up. The 3 dark horses to me. The Las Vegas Raiders. I think Pete Carroll is going to say, hey, can't do this with Chip and Geno. It's time for me to retire. I don't think he's going to get fired. I think he's going to say, hey, it's time for me to go. The Houston Texans. I love DeMeco Ryans, but this team is way too talented to continuously be this inept in certain parts of the field. And then you got to change the GM as well, because there is no excuse why we can't protect our franchise. You clearly have a top 10 quarterback. Clearly you have a top 10 quarterback, but now all of a sudden he's regressing because he doesn't trust his protection. That's a huge problem that's got to be addressed immediately. Last but not least, I have been the number 1 defender of this coach for the last 3-4 seasons. But I think we have reached that time. Baltimore, John Harbaugh. I think we have reached that time. I will stand on business. The reason John Harbaugh and Ozzie Newsome are the 2 main reasons why Lamar Jackson has been successful, why they have developed him. Like MJ said earlier, they had him rely on his bailouts, on his athletic freakishness until the rest of his game developed. Well, the rest of the game has come along nicely. He's still far from his ceiling, in my humble opinion, but I think we have reached a point where it's time for something new. in Baltimore. And so to me, there's going to be minimum of 7, but I can see 10 possible coaching and jobs available. And the last thing I'll say to my coach, Mr. Bill Belichick, it's been rough. But if you wanna regain some of your aura, you gotta dump the girlfriend and get back on the NFL sidelines because you're losing your focus, Bill. All right. We should not be in Nantucket on a bye week. That's not my coach. That's my thoughts.
So, mic drop. So we about to get into these games. We're about to get into.
Hold on. Oh no. That's not it.
Let's do it. I know where you're going. I know what a rebuttal.
Hand me my bag. It's time. Hand me my bag.
I tried to keep it at an hour, y'all. It's not gonna happen.
No, we can still do it. We can still do an hour and a half. We can still do it.
Okay.
Since you brought those 10 teams up, I'm going to be 100% real with you. The only team on here that I just feel like you may be off on is the Raiders, because I feel like Pete is a trooper.
No doubt.
And I feel like he may stick around for at least 2 to 3. I think he might give us 2 or 3 because he might want to get another draft in and he might want to get another free agency in to see what he can bring about. Okay.
Great point.
Now, with that being said, the Jets. Let me start by saying I think I agree with you 110% on this, but this is why I said this is why I said he should have never took this job to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Because this job came with more. It's not just about football. It's not just about being a head coach. Shout out to Les, because Les made a great point when he said, you never know when you're going to get this opportunity again. I get it. But it's the Jets. And for the Jets, we have seen defensive coach after defensive coach after defensive effing coach go to this organization over and over and over again, and we never get anywhere. So now we're starting. I'm hitting my table currently because I am sick and tired of the nonsense. This organization needs to go ahead and they need to figure out what they want to do. They need to make a decision. They need to pick a quarterback and they need to stick to it. And they need to find an offensive coordinator and a quarterback coach to go along with them. And you got to be married to him for 10 seasons. That's the number one thing that you start. The second thing you do is you make an offensive guy the head coach. Why do I say make an offensive guy the head coach? Because your identity is not going to be damaged by making an offensive coach an actual head coach there. It actually will enhance whatever you're doing on defense because now the defense won't be on the field so goddamn much. The third thing and the most important thing is we're going to draft offensive linemen after offensive linemen after flipping offensive linemen until we get it right.
Preach.
That's it.
Preach. No, but you're preaching.
I just fixed the Jets in 3 years. Imagine that. I just fixed the Jets in 3 years.
They keep trying to bring back Bill Parcells and Herm Edwards, and we understand the process. We understand the success that Rex Ryan had.
So how many championships has any of this got them?
None.
So at the end of the day, we have to ask that question. If the goal is to win a championship, and we have seen the same thing is not working, now this is the definition of insane people. We're insanity. We are repeating the same things over and over with the same results. Grow up, get out of your feelings, and let's make sure that we're doing the right thing strategically for the team. The team is not going to be successful if you don't do the things I just gave you. I just gave you the fix. Okay? Now, I'm only going to cover 2 other things, but I'm really just going to throw this. Arizona, there's so much that needs to be done with Arizona. That's a show in itself. Miami, it's a lot that needs to be done there, and that includes just making sure that's just a terrible spot for football. I mean, I hate to say it this way, but it's too many honeys. Welcome to Miami. Well, Miami.
It's that too. It's too many college football places in that area that they're competing with.
It's too much going on. And I think that affects certain situations unless you have the right team. And this team has never been the right team, which is why they don't win. Mike is one problem. The other problem is what is your identity?
They have none.
So every team on this list that we just talked about, except for Baltimore,
Yeah,
has no identity.
you're at 100. That is 100% accurate.
So if all these teams except Baltimore, so we put John Harbaugh on this list, who I'm about to cover now. We put John Harbaugh on a list of people to lose their job this year, potentially, because they don't have an identity, and he's the only person who at least gives an organization identity. I need to try to understand just how much we're tired of hearing all of the excuses that Lamar is not the problem and that John is the problem, when John has built a culture that is not only conducive to winning 70% of his football games, but he has built a culture that he has been able to plug and play various different quarterbacks and still be 9-7 or better on a consistent basis. And this is one of the seasons he's struggling because we're having an identity crisis on offense, and the defense has regressed. The Baltimore Ravens' success was never contingent on Lamar's statistics. It was only contingent on the defense showing up and playing well and them being physical and punching you in your effing mouth. That's what the Baltimore Ravens philosophy has been forever. That is what it was since 96, since 98, whatever year it was 96. I know it was 96, but the point I'm making is I like to say since 98 because that's the year I like to talk about. But anyway, 96 and 98. But the point I'm making is they built an identity with those things. That is the Baltimore Ravens way, and that is why they win the way that they win. You have taken that away when you have a 260-pound running back that you are not consistently running. It makes no sense. So you brought in the best running back in the league to not use him because you said that you want to believe you have the best quarterback. The best quarterback does not have to be the one who throws 4,000 yards. The best quarterback in this league has to be the one who understands when to throw the ball, when to run the ball, and when we're supposed to do certain things, how to take care of the ball, and those things. That is the game manager aspect of it.
Yes.
That is the part of the game that Lamar Jackson has not mastered, and that is managing the effing game. Managing the game means I hand the ball off here because we're up 17 points. Why do I need to throw the ball in this situation? If I'm not throwing a screen, if I'm not throwing something that is going to be an easy completion to keep the clock moving, to minimize possessions. You don't maximize and want more possessions when you're up. You shrink the game. It's not about scoring 70 points because you're not realistically going to score 70 points. Go ahead, Mo.
My theory, because Baltimore has done this so many times, is I think he wanted to inflate his stats a little bit. I think the coaching staff wanted to inflate Lamar's stats a little bit. And I don't think it was necessary because we know who he was. And as long as he kept winning, he kept winning. So anyways,
the narrative,
we got to move on. But
we get ready, and I'm going to wrap it up with this in Texas real quick. But my point of all of this is saying we've gotten completely away from the identity of this football team because we paid this quarterback $50 million. And now the identity of this football team rests solely on the shoulders of the quarterback that it never rested on before. And now it's becoming even more realistic now that your Super Bowl window is closed.
Yeah.
Because you threw away the two key pieces that made you great. And that was you had a suffocating defense and you could run the ball in rain, sleet, hail, or snow. And you threw away them two things to give you threw away these two things and you play in cold weather cities to go get a Ferrari. When the pickup truck was doing just damn fine.
Hey.
So with all of that being said, I like being a quarterback. Y'all get to cook more. It's like Thanksgiving to me. When I just show up with my fifth and wait for the food to get. This is how I feel right now.
I'm sorry, y'all. But this is insane to me.
I know. No, I'm with you. You're right. I'm with you.
You got the mucus out of your body, and I'm happy for you.
Hey,
it tested in the chest, so you got it off. I love it. So let's go ahead and start talking about some of these games that are on the docket.
Yes.
And we're going to go ahead and start off with Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The spread is they are giving Cleveland 6.5 points. The over-under is 38.5. If you want to go money line, now is the time because it's 240 plus going to Cleveland, minus 290 going to Pittsburgh Steelers. Cleveland is 1-4. Pittsburgh is 3-1. Let's talk about it. Mo, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, so real quick, I like this kind of formula. You get a spread, I'll get the injuries, and Jeremy will go. Calvin Austin is out, but they got Joey Porter Jr. is finally back since week 1. Jalen Ramsey is playing, and Alex Highsmith is playing, and Jalen Warren is back. The line started at 5.5, but it's funny, once Ramsey and Highsmith were announced they're going to play, it jumped up 1 point. I thought that was pretty ironic. Real quick on this game, look, the Cleveland Browns, their defense is second in yards per game, but their secondary is where the problem lies because they're giving up a high passer rating to these quarterbacks. And right now, Aaron Rodgers, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 24 points per game. There's a lot to be desired from this offense, no doubt, but they're somewhat efficient and they're putting up points. And I think in the end, that's all that really matters. Yep. On the Cleveland Browns offensive side, okay, yes, you're playing a defense that hasn't lived up as advertised so far, but that defense is coming. And you can see that because they've had 7 turnovers over the last 2 games. And all of a sudden now they're top 6 in pressuring the quarterback. I think this is going to be a long day for Dylan Gabriel. I really do. I'm taking the Steelers minus 6.5. I'm going to go 24-9 Pittsburgh.
Okay. John, what you think?
Man, listen, let me throw in a couple extra things here.
Absolutely.
Cleveland's defense isn't the problem. Because you kind of expect that when you bringing in rookie defensive tackles, rookie linebackers, and heck, their best linebacker, JLK, is not even playing with a neck injury. So you're talking about a situation where some of your best players aren't even on the field. Let's be realistic here, and let's talk that talk. The issue in Cleveland is after we run the ball and we get to 3rd and 4, can Dylan Gabriel see over the line and complete the pass? And that is what the issue is right now currently. He is being swallowed up by the offensive line every single time he drops back to pass the ball. And he looks like a man standing in the middle of New York City. And it just looks like a big rich town. I would like for everybody to understand that in the powers invested in me today as the prophet, Pittsburgh is not only going to beat the Browns today and cover the spread. You might want to take that over-under up to about 10, take it to 9.5, 10.5. I think they're going to annihilate them. This is Mortal Kombat.
Dang. Okie doke. So
Dylan, listen, I want them to annihilate them because it's time.
We know.
Be a sure for Shador. So next game on the docket. Oh, I got Pittsburgh winning too. That's not even no. So next game on the docket, we got the Los Angeles Chargers against the Miami Dolphins. Los Angeles Chargers are on a 2-game losing streak. The current spread is they are giving Miami Dolphins 3.5 points. The over-under is 48.5, with the money line being negative 210 for the Los Angeles Chargers and plus 175 for the Miami Dolphins. So we already talked about the issues that they have, but we also have to discuss the issue that the Los Angeles Chargers have when they play morning games traveling across to the East Coast. So with that being said, I will pass it on to Mo for the injury report, and then we'll do our predictions. Let's get it.
So for the Chargers, both of their tackles are out, Pipkins and Joe Alt, and both of their starting running backs are now on IR. Najee Harris is out for the year, and Omarion Hampton, sensational rookie, is out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Jerm is the one that brought this theory up about 7, 8, 9 years ago when the Tyrod Taylor thing happened and the Drew Brees thing happened. That's really their Achilles heel, no pun intended.
Wow.
Is their injuries. And so that's my concern. Defensively, last week, first time all week, they gave up more than 21 points per game. They only hit, forget pressure, forget sacks. They only put hands on Jaden Daniels one time. One time over 4 quarters. That's a problem. To me, in this game, for both teams, the most critical part offensively is going to be the deep ball. Because I think the Dolphins, they're going to have a hard time matriculating that ball down the field. So the deep ball and plenty usage of Darren Waller, who has changed the way this offense has looked. I mean, he has injected life into this offense. And that's going to be critical for them. Personally, I need the Chargers to be better than what they were last week on offense. I know your tackles are out, but the fact that you scored all of your 10 points in the first quarter is a problem. The fact that you only made it down to the red zone twice all game is a problem. I need them to be better. I'm not confident in this. I'm confident they'll win, but I'm actually going to go Chargers even to cover their spread, even though it is in Miami. I just think this on paper, they're a much better football team, and they better go out there and dominate today.
Darren, what you got?
Man, okay. This is another. So last week we seen more of the stuff I kind of seen from the week prior. They're struggling without an X receiver. They're struggling on offense without having that one guy that can consistently beat man coverage. I am not going to lie. This game here, to me, just feels like one of them games that what's stopping the Chargers from being 5-0?
The Chargers.
Injuries.
Literally, even with the injuries, MJ, we're talking about a situation where they lost to the Giants by 3, and then they lost last week. What was the score last week? It was what was it like?
The final score ended up being 27-10.
27-10. So you lost 27-10 last week, and what did you lose? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? We keep on talking about these hardballs as they be doing all these different great things, but then we turn around and then this is the type of stuff we get, and then we see that the offense is struggling right now. So I thought we could run the ball I thought we could run the ball whenever we wanted to. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah,
the grown man get paid too. My bad. With all that being said, y'all better win. This is a you better special.
Yes,
you
is.
Better show up and you better win. If you 3-3 after this week, bro, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Real quick, MJ, one of my favorite ladder play of the week is Justin Herbert's rushing yards. That's my favorite ladder play of the week.
That's a good pickup. So I'm going to go ahead and waive my right to make a pick because this is the trap game. They might end up in a tie. I'm going to pick a tie.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be a tie because that just seems right for this situation. All right, so moving on to the next game on the docket, another Los Angeles team that is traveling to the East Coast to a team been the topic of discussion on Views for the 22 today and sometimes usually majority of the weeks because, I don't know, they just are. So Los Angeles Rams versus the Baltimore Ravens. The spread is the Los Angeles Rams are actually negative 6.5. They are giving the Ravens 6.5 points at home. Keep in mind, at home. The over-under is 43.5. Los Angeles Rams money line is negative 400, while the Baltimore Ravens money line is 300. What's the injuries going on, Mo?
Oh, for the Rams, Rob Havenstein, the tackle, outstanding tackle. He's doubtful for this game with an ankle injury. Colby Parkinson, who's one of the 3 tight ends that they use. I don't really know who they consider tight end 1, but he's in concussion protocol. And then for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson is out another week. Roquan Smith is out another week. They do get a bunch of guys back, including the tackle. Name escaping me right now for some reason, but he'll be there today. Who?
Mbuka or whatever?
The tackle for the Ravens.
Stanley?
Yes, thank you. Gee whiz. He should be back today. Quick matchup notes. The Ravens, dog, the Ravens are last in points per game and are 29th in allowed passer rating. On the flip side, Matt Stafford comes in the last two games, 350 plus yards, 3 touchdowns, each of his last two games. Kyron Williams comes in at 4.6 yards per carry, and the Ravens are allowing 4.8 yards per carry. This is a bad matchup for Baltimore. What is it, 7.5? Like it just
6.5.
seems too easy that it scares me, but I gotta stick with what I see. The Rams should absolutely annihilate the Baltimore Ravens today. I'm going 35-7 Rams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest here. Baltimore been sneaking past the Rams now for a couple of years. I think this year, with everything that the Baltimore Ravens are going through, I think this is the NFL revenge tour on Baltimore. So with that being said, give me the Rams to headbutt the hell out of that Raven. Give me 35, give me 35-14.
All right, because I got Derrick Henry on my fantasy team, I'm gonna go Baltimore Ravens winning by 3.
Okay.
For only the reason that this is the worst fantasy season I have ever had. So I guess it's everybody else's revenge tour on me, which is fine. You know, heavy lies the head that wears the crown and sits on the Iron Throne.
Dog.
Because it's a Game of Thrones, you know.
MJ, I'm
only be bragging about it. Was that
brother? I'm 2-3, and I got Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and Jamar Chase.
Yeah, so what
do you want me to say?
Listen. I'm just looking at my fantasy team as a blood sacrifice to get money. So they can have it if I'm about to go ahead and get whatever. So moving right along. We got another 3-2 team versus another 1-4 team. 3-2-1-4. Y'all might want to play those lottery numbers. At noon, we got the New England Patriots. The verdict's still out on them, in my humble opinion, versus the New Orleans Saints, which is what we expected. Let's just keep it a buck. The spread is -3.5 because New Orleans Saints is hosting this game, and you know how they play when they're in who that.
Yep.
The total the total points on this is 45.5 over under. I'll let you guys be the judge. New England Patriots money line is -200, while the New Orleans Saints is +170.
Okay.
Or please, Mo.
Love it. So Antonio Gibson for the Patriots, he's on IR. Jalen Hawkins and Keon White, however, defensively should play. For the Saints, Alvin Kamara had an ankle injury, and he was limited in practice. But a part of me wonders if that was sort of trade politics, why they held him out of practice. Keep an eye on that. Justin Reed, he's cleared concussion protocol, so he'll be playing. As MJ pointed out, this is a different team at home. They have covered every time they play at home. It's just something to keep in mind. Drake May, look, three words: efficient, accurate, resilient. I love what I'm seeing from him. Stephon Diggs, he had his breakout game, revenge game. They're getting comfortable with each other. Yesterday was Cardi B's birthday. Jerm came into the chat singing Cardi B. I mean, there's just all kind of things that lead me to believe while this sets up to be a classic letdown game for a team on the come up, I'm still going to take the Patriots, and I'm going to go with the over because I'm going to say 27-24 New England.
Okay. I like how you covered the spread in there and still gave New Orleans the spread. Y'all got to catch what he be doing, man. This man
This
man is not a chef for no reason. Like his last name got chef in it.
Law of attraction, baby.
Hey, you already know. John, what you got, baby?
Just give me the Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah, we back, baby. Yeah, Trav, we back. We back, baby. Back like we never left.
Shout out to the comment section, man. First, what up, Vic? What up, everybody else, man? Just shout out to all of y'all. So, moving right along, next game on the docket, we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts are 4-1, by the way, unless you was living under a rock. There you go. Arizona Cardinals 2-3. The spread is at 8.5 points in favor of the Arizona Cardinals, giving Indianapolis Colts a -8.5. The total points is 46.5. Money line is 340 plus going to Arizona and negative 450 going to the Indianapolis Colts. This game is in Lucas Oil. Mo, what you got on that?
Yes. So for the Colts, only Kenny Moore is out. They are very relatively healthy, knock on wood. Hopefully that stays because I love everything about this football team. For the Cardinals, no Kyler Murray today, y'all. Jacoby Brissett does indeed get the start, which, I mean, is going to be fascinating to watch. And then Zay Flowers is questionable with a concussion, and he hasn't been cleared yet, so he's probably out. And Mac Wilson, is the former Patriot, is also out. For the Colts, they put 40 points up on the Raiders. But more importantly to me, they were 6 of 6 in the red zone.
Yeah.
They're second in points per game allowed, only behind the Detroit Lions. Daniel Jones has a quarterback rating of 113 plus in 4 of the last 5 games. He's only been sacked 4 times. Quite simply to me, their main focus today should be simply on Josh Sweat and Calais Campbell. If you can make sure those 2 guys don't impact the game, everything else should be a breeze. The Cardinals defense, they are stingy, but they're inconsistent. And I think that's the problem, particularly because you have an inconsistent offense that forces that defense on the field a lot. But I think there's going to be a lot of snaps for the Colts offense that's just going to wear them down time over as the game goes on. What is it, 9.5 now because Jacoby Brissett is a starter? I took the Colts minus 6.5 because that's what it was when Kyler Murray was starting. And I'm still comfortable taking them minus 9.5.
It's 8.5.
When Jacoby started. Okay, I'm still comfortable taking the Colts. I think they're going to win by 10 points.
All right, John, what you got?
Jacoby walked in the job day was like, hello, it's me. Hello, it's me. Nah, Chief. Just give me the Colts.
Yeah. Shout out to Motivating Manny because Daniel Jones has been so much more.
The bar.
Next game on the docket, we're going to go Dallas versus Carolina Panthers. Dallas is fresh off of a Week 5 bye. The spread is negative 2.5 going to the Cowboys. So they giving Carolina a little bit under a field goal. Total points is at 47.5. Money line negative 170 for Dallas. Carolina got a money line of plus 145. This game is relatively even, if you want to be honest, with the injuries, in which is a perfect segue for Mo to tell us who is unhealthy, Mo.
Yeah, so Chuba Hubbard is out, which means Rico Dowdle revenge game coming off a 206-yard performance last week against the Miami Dolphins. So it's definitely keeping in mind of playing him in your Russian parlays. For the Cowboys, Tyler Booker is out, CeeDee Lamb is still out, and Turpin is also out. Miles Sanders went to the IR. They should be getting Tyler Guyton back, but Tyler Smith is questionable and unlikely to play as well. So they get 1 Tyler back, still 2 more Tylers to come. Pause. For the Cowboys offensively, look, Dak Prescott, man, he's got 7 touchdowns in his last 2 games. The Cowboys have scored 37 points or more in 3 of their last 4 games. And Carolina's given up at least 24 points per game as well. And they've only had 5 sacks, and 3 of them came in 1 week against the Miami Dolphins. So parlay-wise, you definitely want to put Dak Prescott in something. You just have to. Carolina's defense, Carolina's offense, they are the epitome of inconsistency. I'm going with the Cowboys, and I think they win. Definitely take the over, but I'm going Cowboys.
Okay. Cowboys, I ain't got nothing to add.
All right, go ahead and give me the Cowboys as well. Shout out to Chuba Hubbard, who's on my fantasy team. And I didn't pick Rico as the handcuff, so salute to the guy who picked him up. I wish you all the best, health and prosperity. Once again, my fantasy team is already a sacrificial lamb. So y'all have y'all way with it. Sorry, fantasy team. Moving on. This is I would say the 12 o'clock game of the week, in my humble opinion. Seattle Seahawks versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Who would have thought we would have even said that a month and a half ago, that this will be a game of the week? But it is, in my personal opinion. So as of right now, the spread is a whopping 1.5 points plus going to Jacksonville. They got Seattle winning it. But the money line is even if you do pick Jacksonville, and the money line is -120 if you pick Seattle Seahawks. We got 46.5 for the over and under. They're playing at Jacksonville, so that means Seattle has to do that West Coast to East Coast trip, which I don't think that really bothers Seattle. Seattle just usually be about their business. They're one of the few West Coast teams to where they can go to Australia and play the same football despite the Kangaroos. I wouldn't put them. Mo, what's the injury report?
Yeah, so the injury report on this one, I lost it. There it is. So for the Seahawks, Julian Love, Devin Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen, they're all doubtful. Two of them didn't even practice this week. Derek Hall is also out, outstanding edge player. Josh Jones is out. And the Jaguars are relatively healthy except for their center. He's doubtful, but he was limited in practice on Friday. I think as the season continues to progress, I think what we saw from Baker Mayfield against this Seahawks defense last week is going to be an anomaly and not a trend. However, there is a risk of a trend because their secondary is just not healthy yet. And that's going to be a bit of a liability for them until they get fully healthy. Now, they do get DeMarcus Lawrence back today. He's back, and that's going to be a boost, and that should help. But did you know the Jacksonville Jaguars are fourth in points per game? I had to triple check all my sources because I really couldn't believe that. Critical factors to me in this game, Brian Thomas, he had a sort of his coming out party for the year last week. Yeah. That needs to continue. I'm taking him 50-plus yards. And I also think the Seahawks rush defense is so stingy. You got to get Travis Etienne involved in the passing game. Yeah. So parlay-wise, 2+ receptions, 4+ receptions, they got to get him involved one way or the other. The Seahawks offense, they're top 10 on third down, top 10 in red zone. I think in the end, they'll convert more touchdowns than the Jaguars will convert more touchdowns. I think the Jaguars will kick more field goals, and I think the Seahawks will have more touchdowns. I need Seattle to win this one, picking it with my heart. Seahawks.
I got Brandon Strange is also injured. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
No problem. John, what you thinking?
Go back and forth with this one. Only because I just feel like at the end of the day, this is one of those games that either Jacksonville comes out and they make a statement, or Jackson comes out and makes a statement. Mm. It's really, really, really that easy for them because they can come out and do something good and do bad. We don't really know. I'm going to roll with Jacksonville today.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, understood. Amazing how at the very beginning of the season we were talking about how trash the AFC South is. Here they got 2 4-1 teams, and the team we thought that was going to dominate it is proverbially trash. So it just lets you know that anything could happen any given Sunday. Cue the Jamie Foxx song. I'm going to go ahead and go with I don't know. Give me the Jacksonville Seahawks. Another tie. I'm picking ties all day. It's like I'm going to church. All right, moving on. We're going to move as quickly as possible through this game. I don't even know why I'm even asking it, but we got bills to pay, and if you are a degenerate gambler like some of y'all are, you probably game way more than you should. Versus the Las Vegas Raiders. They're giving Tennessee Titans 3.5 points. The total amount of points they got scoring in this game is 41.5. Moneyline Tennessee Titans is +170. The Las Vegas Raiders is -200. We should probably wrap this one up, and I don't even report on this. We got 20 seconds. Go for it.
J.C. Latham is back. Brock Bowers is out. I'm not picking the Raiders again until I see something different. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to take the Titans +4.5. You know what? Screw it. Give me the Titans to win this game.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I know. I'm not happy with it, but I know we got to pick up competition, Germ. I am in no way picking the Raiders until they show me something else. Not doing it.
So, Germ, I'm assuming you're going with Vegas.
Yes, everything. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, baby, and that's just how it goes.
All right. I'm not even going to put any coins or any attention into this game. I only mentioned it for you guys, so you're welcome. All right, so we're going to go over one game that I kind of don't really care much about, and then the last two games, we're going to leave it up to our expertise to really cook what they cook. So, Cincinnati versus the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, this shouldn't take long either. They got a 13.5 spread in this game.
Dog. Lord have mercy.
In which I actually will pick the Cincinnati Bengals spread just because of how Green Bay plays football. They will win this game by 12. But they'll still
You ain't lying.
That's why I'm like, that's actually trash. So I ain't falling for it. But so the spread is 13.5. 44.5 is the over and under. If Cincinnati wins, the money line is a whopping plus 800. If you pick the money line on Green Bay, congratulations, it's negative 1,600. So you put up $100 on Green Bay, you only get 16 cents back. Good, have fun with that.
Literally.
So injury report, Mo.
You know what's sad, MJ? This is the shortest injury report game of the entire slate. But the problem is you don't got Joey Burrow. This would have been the game of the week had it been Joe Burrow versus Jordan Love. And for everybody that wants to complain about all these quarterback rules, this is why. This is why. I'm taking the Packers, of course, but I'm with you, MJ. I'm taking them to cover. I'm taking the Bengals to cover just because Joe Flacco is going to throw some effort balls to two of the best receivers in the game. Germ?
So, with everything that you just said right there, I think this is a lot simpler than what we need to make it. Like let's just make it really simple. Who should win this game?
Green Bay.
How many touchdowns should they win by?
2 should.
Easily.
I say 3 or 4. Detroit last week disappointed me and let them off the hook. I don't know why. But I can see Cincinnati, for some reason, having some rhythm in this game and making this something interesting. So give me Green Bay, and let's say 27-21.
Love it.
And sneaky bet. Go ahead and give me Jamar Chase for another tackle today. Moving on. This is the game of the week for me. The ultimate game of the week. No matter what time it is, this is the ultimate game of the week. We got the San Francisco 49ers.
Yes.
Tampa Bay.
Yes.
They are giving San Francisco a plus 3.5. 46.5 is the total points over and under. If San Francisco wins, you get a plus 150. If Tampa Bay wins, you get a negative 175. Tampa Bay is hosting this game. I'm going to let y'all cook on this one.
So I firmly believe that our pick'em at the end of the year, Germ, is going to come down to the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. That's just what it's going to be. The Buccaneers injury report real quick. No Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin, no Mike Irvin. No Mike Irvin, wow. No Evans, Godwin, Bucky Irvin. Jeez. No Zion McCollum, no Benjamin Morrison.
A lot.
So they're going to, yeah, that's a lot. The 49ers, not much better either. I think I saw somewhere that there's 43 players listed on the injury report between these two teams. That's insanity, dog. That's insanity. It's still a game of the week because of depth. Depth matters. We talk about championship teams. I always talk about the 3 Ds: defense, depth, discipline. Depth is important. Brock Purdy's out. Ricky Pearsall is out. Yatir Gross-Matos, he's out with a hamstring. Jawan Jennings should be playing. Mac Jones, shout out to Ricky Pearsall and the other guy over there, Brian Robinson. As far as Mac Jones, many men wish death upon me. Okay? Blood in my eyes, Lord, and I can't see.
Oh, my God.
I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be.
Yes.
And Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia were trying to take that away from me. All right? I think this is going to be Another Mac Jones special. Spreading the ball around, finding his identity through Kendrick Bourne, and reigning with supremacy over these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You see that? You see that? You see how I'm feeling, Germ? That's how I'm feeling, Germ. That's how I'm feeling, Germ. We dropping bars, baby.
Listen,
Listen. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers. Personally, I think the gambling lock of the week is 49ers with the points for several reasons. It's gonna be a close game, and the Buccaneers are only plus 3-point differential all year, and that's because they won last week by 3 points. This is the cardiac Buccaneers. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think what too many people aren't paying attention to is the depth on both sides of the ball for the San Francisco 49ers, particularly on defense. Yeah, they don't have Bosa, so their closer is no longer there. But they still have plenty of guys that are going to make plays for 8 innings, meaning 3.5 quarters.
Yeah.
The question is going to be who's going to be able to close the game out. And oh, by the way, they probably have the overall best defensive player in the league right now in Fred Warner.
Yeah,
the dude can do it all. You want him to blitz, he can blitz. You want him to drop back in coverage, he can drop back in coverage. You want him to play man coverage on a tight end, he can do it better than any safety you got. He is phenomenal. He is remarkable. He is a 6'4" version of Troy Polamalu. It's insane watching this dude on film. I think over the course of 60 minutes, San Francisco will just force 1 or 2 more mistakes on offense for the Bucs versus the flip side, especially when you got the Bucs are missing 2 corners and they don't have too much depth. Parrish, I like. Jamel Dean, we know he can be inconsistent. The 49ers balance and the way they include McCaffrey in the pass and the run, and he's been healthy, knock on wood. Hopefully he stays healthy.
Yeah.
And what's benefiting him is he has guys behind him that he can take snaps off. He can take snaps off. He can even take a drive off, and they don't have to feel the pressure of making sure he's getting such a volume of snaps, but yet he's still giving you the production. I love what's happening in San Francisco. I still think they're a year away, but with Mac Jones in there, I think they got to stick with Mac Jones and get rich or die trying. Give me the San Francisco 49ers.
You know, you say your name is Mo Schefter or whatever like that, but you should have been a Baker.
Yeah.
With everything being said, let me take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because Baker is playing arguably the best football in the NFL right now at the quarterback position. High-level quarterback and bringing his team back from different deficits, but most importantly, just staying poised, and staying on course is what he's been doing very, very well this year. I think we continue more of that today. Give me the Bucs.
Hey, I love it. So you took the Jags and the Bucs. I took the Hawks and the 49ers. I love it. I love it.
All right. I am going to, because you guys covered this pretty well, I'm going to go with the home team. It's just something about Baker. I don't know.
I hear you.
It just stays just going his way, and I'm here for it. He got the swagger. He got everything going on, and I like that rookie receiver. He if you squint your eyes and drink a shot, he looks like Mike Evans. But you
slow down.
Squint your eyes first, and you got to take a shot.
Slow down.
He looks like.
He crazy part. He looks like a hybrid of Evans and Godwin.
That's what I'm saying. Mike Godwin. There we go. Perfect. So, last game, the Sunday game. But before I do that, special report. And only this way that the Jets and the Broncos can do in London. The score currently right now is 11-10.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. I wish I was smart enough to make something like this up. But the Broncos are first and goal on the New York Jets 9. So, assumingly so, they'll probably get at least a field goal out of this. Maybe they'll get 7 or 8. We will see. But that is what's currently going on right now. So the last game on the docket, do not let the record fool you. This is the second most potent game, which is the Detroit Lions, who are 4-1. How did that happen? With new coach every day, dare I say it, that culture is culturing. And the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 2-3, and nobody really seems to care or panic because they just like, it's only a matter of time. So, Detroit Lions, they are getting plus 2.5. A 4-1 team getting plus 2.5 is crazy. Against a 2-3 team. That further shows you what I mean when I say nobody cares about what the record says when it comes to the Chiefs. All rules, including gambling, are broken. All right, so they got 51.5 points being set as an over or under. If Detroit wins, you get a whopping 125 points on the plus side. Kansas City wins, minus 145 because they're in Arrowhead. You're playing against Patty, and Taylor Swift may be in the building because it is a Sunday night game. So you already know what's about to happen. I got the over on them showing Taylor Swift more than 9 times.
Love it. I'm taking the over for the points in this one. The Chiefs are relatively healthy, with the exception of Rice, who should be back next week. The Lions are very likely, so we got to keep an eye on this as the day progresses, very likely going to be without their 4 starting players on the secondary. Their 2 starting corners and their 2 starting safeties. Terrion Arnold, he's out for a couple of weeks. DJ Reed, he's on IR. And Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch did not practice all week.
Oh, wow.
So they're probably going to be out, but we got to keep an eye on that as the game progresses because they don't have to announce nothing until way later in the day. I think a couple of things. I think for the Chiefs, like, it's time. It's time. You know, you're giving these guys enough of a head start. Let's get going. Let's on national TV. Let's remind everybody who we are.
Yep.
And let's not and let's just do this. It's against a weakened secondary. I expect Pat Mahomes 225 plus yards. I expect Worthy to produce because he's healthy. He was kind of nicked up last week. Sort of took him, which is expected. It's like it was expected that he wasn't going to come out firing 2 weeks in a row.
Correct.
If you're paying attention to how things go in the NFL. 3rd week back, he's more comfortable. Ankle is fine. I think he's going to be productive. I think Juju's going to be productive. I think Hollywood Brown's going to be productive. I think Travis Kelce's going to be productive. What I want to see most from Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes cannot continue to be your leading rusher. Kareem Hunt and Pacheco have had their issues. They have Rashard Smith on that depth chart. Let's just see what he can do. Like, he's younger. He's a much more of a pure running back than Pacheco. Let's just see what he can do. Give him 15, 20 carries, honestly, and see what comes of it. So that's really that's my number one focus is seeing how the run game for Kansas City can play out. On the flip side for Detroit, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Dan Campbell deserves more credit than any of us were willing to give him. Not only is he a culture setter, not only is he a tone setter, but clearly he has the final word on game plan strategy. And that's so important for a head coach because some guys, their offensive coordinator might surprise them in the middle of the game and they got to go up to them and say, hey, don't do that. Hey, cut this out. Right. It is clear he proofreads the game plan for the offense and the defense. And I think that has played the most vital role in their success so far. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I mean this in the utmost respect. He's a poor man's version of Antonio Brown. Yeah. Jameson Williams is very good at taking the lid off of defense. And Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, I don't know if you can put a running back duo in the Hall of Fame together as one, but if you were ever going to do it, it's going to be with these two and the production that they've had. I cannot wait. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I cannot wait for what this game brings. I don't care who wins.
No.
But I definitely want to see the Chiefs win. And I am gonna go with the Chiefs money line on this one.
Oh.
I'm staying away from the points completely. I would take the over, but I'm staying away from the 2.5. What is it, 52.5?
51.5.
There should be points. There should be points in this game, but leave it to the NFL for it to be, what is it, 51.5? You said? Yeah, leave it to be 27-24 and somebody loses by half a point. Leave it to that. But I'm going with the Chiefs.
Germ, so true. Tell them what to do. Germ.
So true.
Germ is not.
Germ out. Germ gone.
There you go. Wake up.
So here's the thing, right? As I'm sitting here and I'm contemplating, I really don't know where I want to go with this game, honestly, because I've been going back and forth with this game all day, all day, literally. The thing about it is, it's like from a styles make fights standpoint, we got to be realistic here in two things. Both of these teams are going to be realistically able to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about this that makes this really, really interesting more than anything else is I don't see the Chiefs being able to stop the Lions in the red zone. And I damn sure don't see the Lions being able to stop the Chiefs if Pat Mahomes decides that he wants to come out and have a classic performance today. I think he has to have one, though, because that interception last week was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I hate to be the person to tell y'all that's the reason why they lost the game.
I mean, it is. It happens.
It happens.
But that one right there can't happen.
Hey,
and especially in the red zone.
Battles, as long as you win the war, that's all that matters.
But with that being said,
I hear you.
I know, bro.
I hear you. It's one of those games.
Give me
flip a coin, True.
Just give me the line. Just give me the line and the pint of draw. All right. I'm gonna stop messing around so we can start the show.
Just say Lions.
Just give me the Chiefs.
Okay. All right. I was hoping you would go Lions just so I can make sure I win this week.
Give me the Chiefs.
So I used to watch this show called Perfect Strangers, and Balky used to make bets based on the logos. And it was one game in particular. There was the Chargers and the Bills, and Balky said, no matter how much you charge, you got to pay your bill. That's why he picked. So if I'm putting a Chief up against a Lion, I'm going to say a Chief is going to win.
I like that.
So that's where I'm at.
I like it.
I am going.
A Chief against a Lion is crazy. But you know what? Whatever.
At this point, somebody got to bring a different flavor because y'all covered all the football stuff. And I'm not about to sit up here and waste valuable brain cells trying to figure out how this game is going to go. When there's so many more important things, like how many times they're going to show Taylor Swift. So we got 8 more minutes left. So, I think I ran a 2-minute warning pretty good.
Yes. Now, I love it.
Father and Son Trivia. Do we have that?
So, yes. Where'd it go? I think I'm going to throw that paper away. So, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay.
is playing against the Indianapolis Colts today, right?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Who else played for the Indianapolis Colts? Who is he related to that played for the Indianapolis Colts?
Marvin Harrison Sr.
There are 3 other times where the son played against a team where his father was the leader in either passing, rushing, or receiving yards. Name those 3 other times.
Frank Gore.
College, yes. NFL, no.
His son didn't make the NFL? Never mind.
But I don't think he's played yet against the 49ers.
Okay, never mind.
If he would have, right. That's what I'm saying.
You see,
that's what I'm saying. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I don't even know where I put the damn answer. But I got the answer. Don't worry. I got the answer.
J-Hub, where are you where I need you? This is such a historian question.
It is. And I'm wondering if he's listening or he's somewhere.
Hey, man, I'm reading the chat, man. Y'all bring some answers to this too, man. I'm folding the friends.
Whoever, yes. If you're in the comment section, there are 3 other times where a player played against his father's team, where the father.
Oh, I got one.
At the time, go ahead.
Kellen Winslow.
Whew, so close. He did not lead that franchise in receiving yards at the time.
Yeah.
Such a great guess, though. Such a great guess. Such a great guess.
Okay, so it's not Emmett.
I got one, but I'm gonna let Germs guess one because
no. Go ahead.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning is one.
Okay. Yes, Archie Manning was his dad, bro.
And when they played, Archie was the Saints leader.
Yeah. Peyton Manning.
If it's Peyton Manning, then
Eli Manning too.
There you go. That's 2 out of 3. There's one more, and I honestly had to confirm this because I was like, wait, is this for real? Yeah, apparently. I'm gonna give you a hint. The father went to the University of Pittsburgh. And if it wasn't for another player on this NFL franchise, he might be in consideration for the best running back of that franchise. Right, there you go. But the problem is the best running back of that franchise is the all-time leading NFL rusher. Can't give you more than that.
Yeah, please don't.
Which, like I said, I was like, wait a minute, is this for real? I didn't even know his son, shame on me.
Yeah.
I didn't even know his son played, or the father, I guess. But hey, either way.
Give me a second, man. Walter Payton's son?
No, Tony Dorsett's son.
Oh yeah,
I know. I'm like, wait a minute. I know, but the Eli one, I thought the Eli one was pretty. Yeah, I thought that one was pretty cool. We'll leave it there. We got other ones, but we can leave that for a different show. But the Marvin Harrison Jr. playing against the Indianapolis Colts today. I thought we'd bring that up. We have a whole lot more, but we don't need to bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to conclude, my first day as a quarterback today, like Joe Flacco, I hope I do.
I love it.
What he would.
That's where we going with this? Oh, okay. All right.
Oh my God. My final thoughts. Cowboys Panthers game. Plenty of parlay opportunities in that game. T-Mac, he's been very productive. He had 73 yards last week. He's been relatively productive. I like Obuka 50 plus. Obuka anytime touchdown. I like T-Mac 50 plus. T-Mac anytime touchdown. I like Javonte Williams 50 plus rushing yards anytime touchdown. And I like Christian McCaffrey 100 plus rushing and receiving and an anytime touchdown. That's an 8-leg parlay based off of 4 players in advantage matchups for free. You're welcome.
Germ So True, tell him what to do.
And he only makes dollar bets. So let me tell you about this.
I think $10 on that 8-leg bro. $10 on this 8-leg parlay is probably like $2,000 or something. So dang. But I only make $1 bets.
More than 25. Tell you about this 25-leg parlay that I got going on. 25 leg, this spider. But not at the end of the day, man. I think Jonathan Taylor needs to be a part of your parlays,
Yes.
Every game this season, he has had at least 80 all-purpose yards. Make sure that you can book it. He's gonna get that for this game as well. What's some other trends that I've been seeing? TreVeyon Henderson, running back for the Patriots, 2 catches every game at least that he's played.
You want me to give you some 100%ers?
Go ahead.
Marvin Harrison, 25+ receiving yards. Booty, 10+ receiving yards. Ridley, 25+ receiving yards. Keenan Allen, 25+. Puka, 40+. Devontae, 40+. Pollard, 30+ rushing. Metcalf, 3+ receptions. 100% lines over here. All good ones to play today.
So I'm gonna give you out some sleeper ones. That's also 100% hit rate. We got DK Metcalf, 3+ receptions. We got Harold Fanning, 2+ receptions.
Love that one.
We got TreVeyon Henderson, 2+ receptions. Michael Pittman, 4+ receptions. And, drum roll, we got Jake Ferguson, 5+ receptions.
Love that one. I got that one in one of my parlays as well. Love that one. Love that one. But if you're going to give him 5+ receptions, you might as well take 50+ yards.
Might as well.
Yep. Might as well.
Carolina.
Yes. Also, I like Juwan Johnson because the Patriots are having a tough time covering tight ends.
Yep. Got him going. So
late breaking news: Charvarius Ward has a concussion. He's out for the Colts.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And while we're here, the Broncos have the ball on the New York Jets 49-yard line. 2nd and 14, 1:56 to go. The score is 13-11 Broncos.
I'm going to go watch the rest of this game and finally have some breakfast.
All right. So you guys take care. You enjoy the rest of your football Sunday. And we will see you again Monday and see you again next Sunday. Views from the 22. We tell you what to do.